Yeah,
like, you know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
Like,
For
Saints,
sure.
like,
Chargers defense is overrated. Let's
Hey,
just be
I
transparent.
don't think the talent on the Chargers is elite,
he's
but I think
overrated.
Jesse Minter is one of the best DCs in the
100%.
NFL.
Don't
a
get me
rookie,
wrong.
you
He
know?
is. Still overrated.
Yo, neighbors
If Bo Nix was good, we win by double
Fair
digits.
enough, fair
You're
enough.
fucking cooking. Neighbors should request to trade to Buffalo.
To Buffalo? Hey, that'd be. I don't.
Why
need
not?
That. I don't need that.
All right.
Baltimore.
What you just said just pissed me off.
I'll live with that, you know?
What
Yeah.
you just said just pissed me off
He's a
because
Chargers fan.
That's a perfect segue. I knew what I was
Chargers,
doing.
the Chargers
You're welcome, boys.
defense being overrated
It
is just so ridiculously
If-
misinformed.
If Bo Nix legitimately was a good quarterback on Sunday, we win by double digits.
There is
On
no
Sunday.
doubt.
You
Like
like
what
that?
you, like what you did.
Bo Nix missed 3 big time throws.
2.5. Y'all with me on 2.5 or 3?
Which one?
Which one are you talking about the half?
The Mims hit him in the hands.
Mims ain't that good.
As a ball player, I'm not going to go that far. That brother's been getting open this season.
Yeah, I mean, he
He's been getting open
Yeah, but he
this
ain't that
season.
good. Like,
His speed.
you know?
Honestly, I really doesn't drop passes but it went right through his hands. It hit his hands.
One-
2.5.
It
One
was,
of them-
it was
whatever.
his fingertips.
One of them was on Sutton.
It
forgot
wasn't.
which
It
one.
wasn't the breadbasket. You know what I mean?
It was the fingertips.
It
It
wasn't
was
a great throw.
definitely he extended as much as he could. Hit him in the hands.
He's a little small,
2.5.
It hit
Yes.
him on the tips, the very
Hey.
tip of his hand.
There was one play he did have where Sutton didn't run fast enough. I think he just can't run fast enough. And he kind of overthrew him a little bit.
No, I'm not. There's no way around it. Bo Nix sold us.
Yeah. Your
He sold
receivers
us.
are dog shit.
No, they're not to blame this weekend.
I just want to point that out there, though. Like, just watching the team.
Cortland
bad.
Sutton
No,
is
they're not good.
Trey Franklin is awesome.
No, Troy
Franklin's
Franklin's he's solid. He didn't
gets
have the,
open.
He
It's
does.
It's
He
a
didn't-
bottom
Sounds like a lot of
seven
guys get
core.
open on this team.
It wasn't his
Everybody
game
gets
on
open,
Sunday.
bro. It's a fucking
It
zone
was
league.
the Mims and Sutton show.
They have been far from the problem.
Far
No, I'm not saying
from.
they're the problem, but they definitely need to upgrade it.
I
in the wide
agree with
receiver
what you're
talent.
saying.
Well,
We
they
need
do.
an intermediate guy. I think that can be Troy, is what you're saying.
This is why I think you're misinformed on the Chargers
Am I?
defense. Yeah, you are
Am
because
I?
they're allowing the lowest
they played?
A dot. So you said that last year.
And I was right.
No, they finished as the second scoring defense in the league.
Yeah, and they were fraudulent.
This year they're a top defense. So how was that fraudulent?
Against the Chiefs, they played against an Xavier Worthy and Rasheed Rice.
Crying.
They bottled up the Chiefs.
And
It's not
Mahomes-
hard.
Did they bottle them up? Did they?
They
Mahomes could
did.
just run. That was really
Mahomes
all
just
they
was
had.
Mahomes.
Mahomes just ran.
Tyquan Thornton
He
is the
ran.
number one receiver in Hollywood Brown. Like
That shit not
they're
good.
nothing.
Shit not good. I
And
ain't
we
gonna
not
too.
saying it has
Isaiah
something.
Pacheco?
And we too. The
Raiders.
Chargers played the
Raiders.
Raiders. Who's moved by them? Who?
Gino had a terrible game.
Are you moved by? Are you
Gino
moved by
was
the Raiders?
awful, bro.
Raiders just got worked.
I'm not going to sit here and act like
They're
they've
doing
had
the most
a
to
crazy
discredit
schedule,
great performances.
but I think defense is good.
They had a great performance against us.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely, they
The
did.
run game, they could not stop
in the
J.K.
second half,
Dobbins.
in the
think two
first
things
half,
could
they
be
bottled
true.
up the run game.
They even still, Bo Nix had 2 walk-in touchdowns.
If Bo Nix was good, we wouldn't be
definitely-
talking
Bo
about the
Nix-
Chargers
they
defense.
got
Bo
lucky.
Nix was
Here's what I
good.
saw.
We wouldn't be talking about the
I'm
Chargers
here
defense.
chatting.
Probably put up
I'm
35
here
points.
chatting.
It's a big
The
game.
Chargers are frauds.
It's a
Bo
big
Nix
game.
is
It's a big game
him.
for sure.
But the fourth quarter changed everything, and I agree with what you're gonna say. The fourth quarter changed absolutely everything because Bo Nix couldn't hit the ocean,
Yeah.
and then Justin Herbert decided to go 0-30, and he completely changed the game.
Yeah.
He was elite.
Here's where I'm at with this game.
It's a middle ground here somewhere.
No, the middle
It's-
ground is Bo Nix was dog shit on Sunday.
that's the-
He can't play that bad ever again, right?
That's not
Right.
the
Got
only
Cincy
thing.
next week. It can't
not
be
the
It's
that
a
bad.
get right game.
I feel like you're 2 for 2 on that statement.
no.
After
He was
week
bad.
one?
Yeah, he was
No,
bad.
week two, he
No,
bounced
no,
back.
Week 2 bounced back, and week 3, as bad as he was,
No, but I feel like
he was not as bad as week 1.
because week 1 we were like, he can't be this bad again. He wasn't this
He
bad,
doesn't
but
have the
he's bad.
turnovers in week 3.
And like I said, bro, the deep ball, it is what it is. Like
He didn't have a turnover-worthy play.
quarterbacks don't complete it. Like Mahomes was bottom of the league. Josh Allen was bottom. It happens.
I'm screaming at that.
Wide open. It was
It
killing me.
happens.
I
And
see-
even still, he hit a deep touchdown this game
Eventually he
against Sutton.
did. He did. Yeah.
I didn't think that Bo Nix was awful.
He wasn't.
I thought he was.
wasn't.
I thought he was average.
The fourth down conversion, man. I really thought we were winning.
He
the
was
game.
definitely worse in the
Yeah.
Colts and Titans game, in my opinion. Bo Nix was.
I hate that the Colts game is bad.
I didn't think he was great.
Bo Nix
Against
had
the
because
Colts?
he just didn't go to the right place with the throws. There were open receivers on film.
There
he
were.
just didn't
There
go
were also,
there.
you mentioned that it was the J.K. Dobbins drive, which it was. He had
was.
2 completions on that drive for double-digit yards.
for like screens though.
You love a good screen, man.
But God forbid, isn't that funny, man?
It's a screen, Drew.
No, I agree, but like
I can't give that to
A-Dot,
Bo.
right? Like
I
Mahomes can
love a
do
good
it.
screen.
No, that's
I can't-
fine, but
but
we
Bo Nix
can't
can't do it?
We can't be like Bo had 2 completions with screens.
Just saying, it's 2 completions.
No, it was.
It's just
Just
this
funny
what
as
I
hell.
saw
One of
from the
them was a
game.
screen. The other wasn't. But
I think the Broncos had a very promising game. And I actually think that the Broncos showcased the major strength advantage they have over the Chargers.
easily.
I mean, this was
Talk.
the most pressure that Justin Herbert has
was
been
in hell.
under in his career.
Benito.
Super
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's our
Nick
friend.
Bonito had 6 pressures, but Jonathan
legend.
Cooper had, I think, 9 or 10.
Yo, but it's really
Alone.
ridiculous. Nick was great last year. He's 30 times better this year.
Got that money. And
What
said,
I
"Oh,
saw
watch what I
from
do."
Nick Bonito in the matchup with Joe Alt, when I first saw the game, I thought Joe Alt was getting like killed out there. Then I watched the film and Joe Alt was really freaking good. Nick Bonito beat him on speed rushes, which he's just super fast.
Yeah.
Whenever Joe Alt was able to anchor Nick Bonito could not do nothing. Like straight, just try to bull rush. I mean, Joe Alt's massive.
Makes sense.
So that's why, but
Yes.
on those reps, Joe Alt like completely erased him out the play. That Jonathan Cooper finished with more pressures on the day, and Justin Herbert just had a Justin Herbert game. Like I think Justin Herbert had an MVP type performance. The fact that he was under duress this much for the majority of the game, literally from the start.
Even the play that he threw the touchdown, Nick Bonito
In
was
his face,
literally
yeah.
right there.
The offensive line allowed 23 pressures. He took 14 quarterback hits.
Coño.
He has the 3rd most game-winning drive since 2020. Justin Herbert now in his lifetime as a quarterback is 36-12 when the defense allows less than 27 points. And he's 25-3 when the defense allows less than 20 points.
It's a specific number.
It's just cute that you went on this little thing about Justin Herbert always being clutch. When
He
I
was.
vividly remember when you used to sit in
His
that
numbers
seat
last year were
and
not.
you told us he's kind of not clutch.
Well, he has the 3rd most game-winning drive since 2020. He needed to improve his 4th quarter play last year for sure.
You threw
Last
us some
year.
numbers about how he wasn't
I'm
good in
actually
the 4th
genuinely
quarter.
confused.
Yeah, that was in 2024, but before that, he was
Kind of hate
clutch.
game-winning drives.
He was
I
clutch.
feel like, yeah.
Game-winning drives matter.
They do, but it's also
They
like
skew what you've
you
done
gotta,
the
you
whole
gotta
quarter.
trail a lot of games to have game-winning
It's
drives. You know
volume based.
what
I mean, there's a
It
reason
is,
why
for
Kirk
sure.
Cousins, Matthew Stafford are near the top of that list.
It's not nothing, but
Even
it's
though
not
Mahomes
like
is number
the
one,
say-all,
but
end-all, be-all.
They also come back from a lot of 10-point deficits. What I saw from the Chargers is just a masterclass from Herbert. I think that signing Keenan Allen was the best move of the offseason, arguably.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Because the connection that he has with Keenan Allen, that's his go-to receiver on 3rd down. That's where he's going to. The pressure that he had in his face where he made that miraculous throw with Benito in his face
Fact.
and really off-platform,
Unbelievable,
all-arm, and
bro.
perfect accuracy. Keenan did a great job hauling it in.
Yep.
And I do think Lad McConkey's still playing at an elite level. He's just getting bracketed more often now. But the fact that you have so many players to step up for the Chargers, Keenan Allen, but Quentin Johnson's ascension,
Unreal.
who had
Quentin
a
Johnson deserves
Yes,
so
bro.
much
an
For real.
awesome
flowers.
play
For
against
real, bro.
Passer 10 where he
Yes,
won
he
the
got
rep.
Pat a couple times.
No, I'm not gonna lie, that blew my. Pat literally had him
Yeah,
like
oh,
around
yeah,
his
yeah,
neck,
yeah.
and
He
he
was-
kind of
They didn't call the whistle.
Get
They didn't.
off me.
Yeah, and he just went for a huge gain. And then rookie Oronde Gadsden
That's
from
your guy.
Syracuse. Yeah, he
He had a good
awesome.
game, too. He had
Justin
5
Herbert
catches,
went to him twice on the final drive of the game, but Lad McConkey, final catch, put them in really good position to hit the field goal. Here's where I disagree with you about the Chargers.
Okay.
I thought the defense did a great job bottling up the Denver Broncos offense. Outside of those plays that they missed, the trickery stuff where, Bo Nix 4th and 2, fake toss, and then he passes to Son, coverage bust by Alohi Gilman.
Got by Bo Nix.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
yeah, he had a touchdown
Okay.
that play.
No. The 4th and 2.
Yeah, he had a touchdown.
Was that the one? So we
That
had
was the
multiple
Sun.
4th and 2s.
No, that was a touchdown. No, 4th and 2. That was a touchdown. Just
Yeah,
We had,
for sure.
but that's what I'm saying.
I'm not sure the other 4th.
No, we had a 4th and 2. It was 17-13 game. Bo Nix, pressure in his face, strong in the pocket, slant to Sutton over the middle of the field.
Oh, that wasn't a touchdown. No, that was a
that's
good
what
play,
I'm
though.
saying.
That was a
So
completion.
multiple 4th
The
downs.
touchdown was 4th
Yeah,
down.
but I'm talking about the
that
trickery.
one was a
I
walk-in.
remember
Yeah,
that.
no,
I'm talking
you're
about the
right.
trickery.
It was.
You have one on the right side of the field where Marvin Mims beats Dante Jackson on a double move, but it was a play action concept, and Dante Jackson was left sleeping
Yep.
and then got beat. It was a coverage
cooked.
bust. That's all. It was just coverage bust. Then on the left sideline, the throw that he had to Sutton that might have sealed the
Low
game
key.
for them potentially. He overthrows it. That was another coverage bust. Dante Jackson once again with the coverage bust. But ultimately, what
I'm
I saw,
hurting.
what
I'm
I
dead
saw
ass
from the
hurting.
Chargers defense, outside of those couple of
Outside of the
coverage busts,
coverage bust.
I'm
Instead of like the
confused.
4 walking touchdowns that they potentially had.
No, quite literally outside of 4 drives.
Outside of Bo Nix being
they could
asked.
have had walk-in touchdowns.
but here's the thing:
Yes.
is that
I'm
This
here.
is really Bo Nix's fault.
No,
That's what it sounds like.
Literally, we're only having this conversation because
Oh, it sounds like it's
well, yes,
one of literally
Bo
Bo Nix's
Nix
fault.
missed throws, but what I'm saying ultimately is that the Chargers bottled up that Broncos offense. Nothing.
really.
90,
Dobbins
90
had a good game.
Dobbins in the second half ran well. In the first half, they stifled the run. And when you look at the success rate of the Broncos offense, it was not good. They went 2 for 9 on first downs. They had the least amount of first downs of any team in week 3. They excelled on those 4th and 2 situations. And I think the second 4th down conversion to Sutton was more impressive for
Way
Knicks
more,
because
for sure.
there was pressure and he
Hell
evaded
yeah.
and he made a nice throw. But for 80 to 85% of the game, there was nothing open for Knicks to get to. And that's what I'm talking about.
80% is nuts. I was
Yes,
thinking more like 60.
those plays are misses. But the reason why I didn't sit back and say this is a horrible Bo Nix game, because unlike Tennessee and unlike Indianapolis, I thought there were guys running wide open and he did not throw the ball. This game, those schemed up opportunities where they had the Chargers, that's why you have to capitalize on those against an elite defense.
J.K. Dobbins second half did whatever he wanted. When the ball's in his, I really want Harvey to be great. Do not get me wrong. I'm done with a split backfield.
Give it
I
to
get we're
JK.
also trying to preserve J.K. He has been known to get injured in the past. He's by far and away the best running back on the field. Pass blocking, rushing, receiving apparently. One-handed catch that counted for a rush.
But the Chargers being vulnerable against the run is by design. They play with
Yes,
light
they
boxes.
play like boxes. I understand that, but my point still stands. Like J.K. is the best running back on
And
the
their
team.
defensive front
much,
played
for
well.
sure.
Tier Tart played well. Deshaun Hand played well. Their rookie Jamari Caldwell. There was at least 2 to 3 passes that they tipped at the line of scrimmage
is
that,
with no
that the
Khalil Mack.
passes came out wobbling. Tuli Tuipulotu had 6 pressures on the day, and he was awesome. I actually thought that the interior of the Broncos offensive line didn't play that well.
Garrett Bowles might be the best left tackle in football. Let's just quick aside there. Yo, Luke Wattenberg, he's got to step up.
Quentin Miners allowed some pressures too.
I'm gonna give him a pass. He's
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
he's
the
Quentin
best guard
Miners.
in the league.
But what I'm saying is that the Chargers really bottled up Denver's offense. And this is the first time they're matching up
feel that way?
this season. First matchup of the season, you're going to get
Talk about some
those
beef.
coverage busts. Because it reminds me a lot of, not a clear-cut example, but it reminds me a lot of the Brazil game, Eagles and Packers, where
Here we go. Our favorite game to talk about.
Jaden Reed, he had a deep touchdown in that game. And it wasn't because of necessarily bad defensive personnel or where to be. It was just miscommunication on the
I
back
feel like
end.
that's bad defense.
But
though.
as the season went on, it wasn't something alarming because they had the players to execute the scheme. They just needed to get on the same page. With the Chargers, I mean, the second time you play them, you're not going to get them how you got them this first game. All those gadgety trickery plays, they're going to be better prepared for them. So this was the time to really get them on it because the entirety of the game, Bo Nix didn't have nothing open. That's why he was scrambling so much. He had to roll out so many times. Not only did the Chargers defensive front play really well, but their secondary played well, and that's what they do. You know, they play with these shells, and they keep all their routes in front of them, and they jump and break to the ball.
Court
You know,
had over 100. He honest to God, he
Should have had 2. Should have had 2,
have
probably.
had 2.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Marvin Mims could have had like 60, 70.
Yeah.
And I agree with what you're saying about Troy Franklin. Like, I say all this that I want an intermediate guy. It sucks that Evan Ingram's been injured as well.
Yeah.
Troy
he hasn't
Franklin
been
can
doing
be that
nothing.
guy.
Yeah. Ingram's lost a step. Like,
It's
clearly
sad.
lost a step.
It's sad. But injuries kind of screwed us over, man. Evan Ingram being banged up. The fact that Drake Greenlaw gets put onto the IR before
Yeah.
this game, I mean, that's super disappointing. But Hufanga's been a dog. Like, Hufanga has been one of the best additions for us. The defense, I have zero concerns. I get against the Colts that Jonathan Taylor gashed us. Daniel Jones had some impressive plays. But I'm starting to go onto the side fully that that's just who the Colts are going to be. because we went up against the Chargers, who the Chargers offense has been, in my opinion, the best attribute about their team. And Justin Herbert goes out there last drive and just Justin Herbert. Like last quarter, he's just Justin Herbert. Like you just have to live with stuff like that.
Denver's
Our defense
had
moved me.
36 pressures. They had 36 pressures.
And
they lost.
And I
The fact that
blame
you're still standing at the end of that game.
blame myself. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's me. That's on me.
Actually, 9 first downs for the Broncos week 3 was the lowest of any game this season that they got.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Whatever, doesn't matter. Shout out to the Chargers. Good win. I can't really say much. Got it. I blame myself for everything turning around in the fourth quarter because we were swarming Herbert. Like he could do nothing against our pass rush. I said this is what happens when you actually play a good pass defense. It's true. The Chiefs pass rush is not ours, and then the Raiders pass rush most certainly isn't ours. We were dominating them, and then Herbert just decided, yeah, why am I working harder? Screens. Just get the ball to Omarion.
They beat every team in their division so far.
Yeah,
credit
first
to
3
them.
games,
3-0.
Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders. Had the
That's
Raiders on the
huge
road.
for them
Chiefs
So
down
on
the
the
road.
Chargers
Mexico.
defense this year, 4th in EPA per play, 1st in success rate.
I promise. This was like this last year. You guys called me stupid. I'm standing on it.
It wasn't really
overrated.
You know?
They were a great defense last year.
Until it mattered. They weren't that
Isn't that
good.
They
always how
weren't
it
bad
is?
against the Texans though. Justin Herbert just had 4 picks.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's true.
Right? Like
You have to see it.
I think
every good team they played last year kind of dotted them.
the Chargers, I know the competition hasn't been
So is
great.
the Broncos defense not good?
No, Herbert gets his against us, no doubt.
But last year, every top offense you played dominated you.
No, for sure.
So was
That's
the
an
Broncos
acknowledgement.
defense bad last year?
It was a little bit fraudulent too.
Okay,
So
so they
kept
weren't.
it 100.
The Broncos defense
so
wasn't
whose
great.
defense is good?
Eagles, without a doubt.
Browns.
I love that answer.
Green Bay.
Texans played a lot of good comp, and they still played a lot of great football.
Yeah.
Green Bay, I would say
Good
yes.
defense.
Still,
Yeah.
I think so.
they locked up Detroit and the Commanders. It's a good question.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I would give
Minnesota after last week, I feel like they just put
Because
together
Minnesota,
one of the best
it
clinics.
wasn't their fault.
Seattle's
Seattle.
an
Week
elite
2,
defense.
Yo, JJ was putting them in some tough.
The fact that they only let up
field.
22 points is impressive.
And it was a lot of field goals.
true.
A lot of field
Actually
goals.
impressive.
I would definitely say Seattle. Seattle's a great defense.
For sure. For
Great
sure.
defense. San
Yeah, no,
Fran,
it's tough.
if healthy.
Listen, it's hard.
Pittsburgh is
You're
supposed to
overconfident.
be.
Denver's a great defense. The Chargers are a great defense.
It's just against great offenses.
It's
like,
hard
we
to
got
stop good
gashed.
offenses. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. You go up
I'm
against
not
great
saying-
offenses. It's
can
going
we
to be
limit
hard.
them? Like, can
For
we
sure.
not let them beat 30
depends
every
who it is.
time?
It depends who it is. Like going up against Burrow and the Chiefs last year, or the Burrow and the Bengals. I don't really care. Like,
No,
you know what
fair.
I mean?
But Buffalo just went up against Miami, and Miami's one of the worst defenses in the league. They were methodical in the way that they kind of picked apart Miami, but they didn't put up the most points.
Second
up
half,
against them.
Miami did a really
That's,
good job.
That's what I'm
down.
saying. Like, even the worst defenses against great offense have their moments.
Yeah.
Every time.
I mean, last year the Texans allowed 32 points to the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Division
You
game?
said that's a great defense.
That's
There's
one
going to be
game.
outliers.
Jesus Christ. How many?
They allowed 31 to Baltimore.
Look at.
It's
Baltimore.
No, that's
They
fine.
allowed 34 to Minnesota last year.
What did they do
They allowed
against the Chiefs?
27 to the Colts. 27. The Colts had dropped 27 on Christmas.
No, the Chiefs.
Talking
I'm
about
saying.
the
In the
Chiefs.
playoff game
They were good.
didn't do it.
Yeah, they're a
they
great
didn't do
defense.
anything.
against the
But-
Chargers, what did they do?
The Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Four
shut
turnovers,
down that
five
offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
they're a great defense.
And great.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, give me a couple games. Give me a few games where you go up against great offense and you shut it down.
the Chargers have dominated defensively almost every game last year.
But against good offenses, that's
There are
not
very
true.
few. Okay, and I just pulled up games where the
the
Texans were
Texans.
not good defensively.
100%.
They're
I gave you
still a
good
great
teams
defense.
that they did.
Don't worry, I
For
got it.
sure,
You gave
they're a
me
great
the
defense.
Chiefs were
Chargers
not
24
overrated.
Were
Were
the
the
Chiefs
Chiefs a great
overrated?
offense last year? No, they weren't.
Playoff time, they were.
No, they weren't.
Against the Bills, did they not
They
lace
weren't-
them?
27,
With the
30.
Bills, but that's a bad
27
defense.
to the Bengals.
26 Carolina.
30 to the Ravens.
Wait, no, that's them.
Oh, my bad. No,
Yeah.
opponent, OPP.
Oh, okay. So
27 to the Bengals. 30 to the... This is
30 to
the
Baltimore.
Chargers last
40
year.
to Tampa Bay.
40 to Tampa.
27 to Denver. And then 20
That's
to
a
the
bad
Raiders.
Knicks.
And
What's
32 to
worse?
Texans.
What's worse? Giving up 40 to Tampa
I'm not,
or 32
I'm not
to Tennessee?
here telling you I'm not here
No, they're
telling
great.
you the Chargers are
To be
dog
fair, the
shit.
Chargers-
they're
You're so-
overrated.
I think
The
you're
Chargers'
nitpicking.
schedule last year
I think
wasn't
you're-
I'm
crazy.
not nitpicking.
No, you
I
are
said
nitpicking.
how many almost 30-point performances?
I mean,
they
I don't
just
know.
made?
I don't know if the Chargers are going to be number
mean,
one success
even with
rate,
all
number
those
4
performances-
EPA.
That's what
I
I'm
don't know if
saying.
they're
Like
gonna
we're
be that
saying
great.
they're the best defense.
But I
in the
think they're
league.
gonna
They're
be
a top 10 defense
They're-
without
yes,
a doubt.
They're going to be a
Okay,
top
that's
10
fine.
defense.
That's
If
a
you have
great
Justin
defense. If you're
Herbert
top
with that
10, you're a great
offense,
defense.
They're a little overrated.
They're
What
top
is
10
overrated
defense.
about them?
When
They're
they
a
go up
great
against
defense.
great comp,
Do you
they're
feel
not
like
that
offenses
good.
actually go up against the Chargers and say, "Man, this is a easy pick'ems defense"?
I'm not saying
you really,
that,
you think
but I
offense?
think they end
up often having solid
you really
performances,
think
though.
quarterbacks and opposing offense coordinators look at the Chargers and say, "Man, that defense, I can't wait to go up against
Do
them."
you really hear those numbers and think, Chargers really held them?
I heard the numbers second overall in opponents allowed points per game. That's great. They were great all season long.
They were.
Who didn't the
Until they
Bengals
played
play
great teams.
elite offensively against?
I'm just
Only
saying,
one
every
team.
single great team, you couldn't stop one.
But there was who is stopping great offenses, Drew? Who is shutting them down?
Texans kind
The
of did.
Texans did
the
not.
Browns just
you use
kind
the
of
Texans
did.
as an example versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not. Are they a great offense?
Far from it.
Last year, were they a great offense?
The Chargers,
Last year,
though,
what were they, top
Ladd
10?
McConkey
The Chiefs were
broke
great.
out.
The Chiefs were not top 10 last year.
Oh, I thought
Great
they were.
offensive line.
Where are the Chargers? The top 10 defense to you?
Top 10, like that 10 to 15 range.
They're a great defense,
I
dude.
think they're more
I'm
top
fine
10
with that. I'm
than
fine
10
with
to
you saying
15.
that.
Great defense,
I'm fine. They're overrated.
What's overrated about them?
Again, in big game situations against good offenses, they're not this.
I'm
high
not
level.
expecting them to lock up a top offense.
I'm not saying this. Very rarely we see that, but again, we have the Browns that exist.
Yeah, the Browns are better defensively.
They
The
are.
Browns
It
are the best defense in football through 3 weeks, probably.
But you're
So
not
it's,
wrong.
you know what
You're
I mean?
not
It's tough.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Right, but what the Chargers are showing is that they have from last year one of the worst receiving corps, especially before Ladd broke
no,
out.
that's different.
To now Quentin Johnson, who deserves all the flowers in the world because nobody, including us, just shit on him after his rookie season and last season. Now he looks like a legit. I want to call him a number one, but like
2,
he
3.
has a real role in this offense that they desperately need
100%.
because Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey. I know Ladd has good speed and he can win down the field, but that's not their expertise. Quentin Johnson can really stretch the field, had a 60-yard touchdown. The fact that he's a viable player now is just so huge for this offense. The fact that you can have someone you can rely on that puts pressure on the defense, it feels like every team is searching for that. And then you have Ladd and Keenan who can win, over the middle of the field. The fact that the defense is really good, I won't say it's elite, but it's going to complement an offense that right now looks like Herbert, who's a top 5 quarterback, a receiving group that looks like a top 10 unit. And I think O'Marion Hampton, as the season gets on, is just going to get better and better. I think he's just going to get better and better. He looks explosive. He looks shifty. He can break tackles. He's good in the receiving game.
He is.
And, of course, with Najee unfortunately going out, recovery to him. Hopefully he has speedy
real.
recovery.
I
Torn
think he's out
Achilles.
for the year.
He
Definitely.
is.
Torn
It's
Achilles.
Achilles.
It's brutal. But he's going to get the lion's share. And I think he should have. But just Najee being a vet and they paid him money, he was going to get work. I think O'Marion is just a better running back straight up. So the Chargers are going to be a problem. Like the Chargers look like a team that are going to be in the AFC Championship
should.
conversation. They look like a team that can very well win this division. I'm cool with not putting them in like the best defense in the world category. But I'm looking at them like week in and week out, they're going to cause problems. They have one of the best defensive coordinators. They mix up coverages. They disguise coverages. There are a lot to deal with.
Well, it's far from an issue now, like it was in the Brandon Staley era.
Yeah.
Like now, the defense
They were
can
a
win
terrible
them
defense in the
games.
Brandon Staley era.
Exactly.
Yeah,
now
that's fact.
now the defense can win them games, and they can bottle up opposing offenses in a great fashion. And Jesse Minter's scheme is a lot to deal with. If you guess wrong, that's a potential turnover because they blanket routes. They don't cover players. They cover concepts. And it's very hard to get open space against them. And the Broncos, that's why. That's why. It's the fact that the Broncos were able to do it
Sean Payton.
was very impressive. And that's why Bo Nix in those opportunities, he has to take advantage of that. Because against a defense like that, it's not going to happen so often. And the fact that it happened to the degree that it happened against the Chargers, because Alohi Gilman coverage bust and Dante Jackson really getting fooled by play action concepts, that gave the Broncos a chance to really seal the game. And then they let Justin Herbert come in. Justin Herbert has never been under that amount of pressure in his career. But I think if one thing's for certain, through 3 weeks of football, the Chargers have shown that they might be one of, if not the most complete team in the
The
AFC.
Lions used me on their video.
The Detroit Lions?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
snap.
What video did you do?
We are eternally grateful.
Doesn't matter who they play. Doesn't matter where they play. Taking the Ravens.
That's funny.
They got your ass.
Oh man, yeah, they did get you. But all this conversation,
No, that's crazy.
That's mad funny.
like this conversation about the Chargers defense being overrated. The Chargers defense is better than the Bills defense.
Okay.
The Chargers
not
defense is
hard.
better than the Ravens defense, and the Chargers defense is better than the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
Amongst the top powerhouses in the AFC with the elite upper echelon quarterbacks, the Chargers have the best defense, and you can argue
The
second to
third
the
best offense?
Ravens, the best offense.
They're not a
the
better
best
offense than
supporting cast.
Buffalo.
I'm going to take the Bills.
Offensive line and the running game is a big reason why, because the Chargers, they're going to get tested against defensive lines that are great, because their offensive line outside of Joe Alt can really not hold up. They have too many holes and vulnerabilities. The right tackle, Trey Pipkins, they were trying to help him out with tight end chips against Jonathan Cooper. And as soon as Jonathan Cooper got by the chip, he would easily win his one-on-one in like a millisecond. So their offensive line is going to be an issue all year long, but there aren't many elite defensive lines that I feel like you really got to worry about in the AFC. Denver is one of the few, but outside of them, the Chiefs don't have an elite defensive line. The Ravens, when they're fully healthy, that's the one that I think has the most potential in ceiling. The Texans are 0-3, so you don't got to worry about them. And I don't think they're making the playoffs. And then you have the Buffalo Bills, who they're hit or miss. They have a lot of good players, but they don't have like any dominant blue chip Pro Bowl level players that you really have to game plan against, for I think they can hold up just fine. So the Chargers through 3 weeks have pretty much shown that they're the most complete team probably in the AFC. That's how good they've been.
I'm not totally against it.
Can't be
'cause
that complete with the poopy offensive
The
line.
Ravens defense are questioning. The Bills defense are questioning. The Chiefs offense and defense are questioning right now. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Like, I don't know if the Colts probably are in that conversation yet, right? So I don't think it's crazy.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They're not yet.
It's gonna take I don't know at any time in the regular season if we're gonna put the Colts in that tier.
Their pass defense is really good.
Yeah, I'm just saying as a whole.
No, I
You know what I
understand
mean?
what you're saying.
So the Broncos offense this year is 21st in EPA per play and 28th in success rate.
We've been and think about that. That bad offense kind of torched the Chargers.
They didn't though. You had the least amount of
He
first
didn't,
downs
though.
of any team in a game this season.
Left a lot of meat on the bone, that's for
That
sure.
Left a
meat
lot of
wa-
meat on the bone.
It was like one of those guys that
Shit was
eats
stir fry.
wings, but they like take 2 bites and are like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
done with this.
Like I'm not
Brother,
hungry
put
no
that
more.
put that
Yeah.
wing back in your mouth and finish it.
Yes. What I learned today is that
Lord.
every great defense that lets up points to great offenses is a bad defense.
You know who didn't?